Hi, this is Larry Greenblatt. Welcome to my episode 2 of my Griffix for CISSP. It's just 4 simple tools. This is tool 2, NMAP, that help my students understand how X.509, PKI, the whole Federated Identity Management works. And I'm doing it with TLS because it's like the most commonly implemented version of it. So the goal here is to just, well, sell things, of course. All right, you can look at that on your own. Yes, that is my goal, and I hope to see you there. I hear this guy's good. No, the goal here is to solve the most important step in the development life cycle, especially in security. In security, you got to protect insiders from outsiders, and if you can't discern the difference, I don't think anything else matters. So we got to figure that out. We have to, people can claim, I'm Bob, but he might not really be Bob. Might not really be YouTube or your bank. So that's how we mostly protect from bank spoofing and stuff, and I mostly trust it, but it is broken. I send a lot of stuff, and I trust that that's Amazon, but I don't get email from people that are signed. But that's for another story. We'll do that in my Cleopatra one. Yeah. So mutual authentication, always important too. Don't just prove who you are. I need to know that that's not just me that I'm talking to my bank. But it's important to my bank to know that. It's important to me to know that it is my bank and not a skimmer. All right. So again, this is my episode 2. Our goal here is to just get a little bit more aggressive with Wireshark. We did some passive reconnaissance. I walked through very quickly the first couple steps of a TLS handshake. So the client says, hello, this is what I can do. And then the server says, hello, we'll do this. But Wireshark only can see what the server said they'll do with a hello. So to find out what else can you do, server, that's the goal here. So NMAP has a couple of nice scripts for TLS that they're still called SSL, but we're gonna look at a couple of TLS scripts from NMAP to one the thing I can't get from Wireshark. Find out what other cipher suites the server supports. And if you're testing your server, you might want to know if there's a weak algorithm that shouldn't be there, right? So that's the beauty of NMAP today. In episode 3, I do plan to, as I say, go to email, and I'm going to use Cleopatra to create X.509 certificates for me as a person. And I can start using these certificates. I can use the asymmetric key pairs, the algorithms, elliptic curve, RSA, whatever, to encrypt my stuff. But if I want to use it on Federation, if I want to turn it into a certificate, I can only fill out the form, with the Cleopatra. I can create the request. And on my 4th is one I plan to use. We're going to be a certificate authority. So we'll be like the Federation. We'll sign and issue certificates. But the goal today, just get a quick NMAP look. And again, I'm not trying to teach people on how to be better than the competitor. I'm not teaching. I think in an abundance mindset person, we just want to work with everybody. And I need you to be you. And I need you to be available. So be true. These are things for integrity. That's how blockchain works. And the ISC squared, that's your, the prime directive of Star Trek, so to speak. This is our primary code of ethic. This takes precedence over everything that we try to, without bias. Right? Bias is the enemy of the AI takeover. Not worried about my vacuum killing me because it wants to. I'm not worried about mistaking me. All right. And the Federation is the ISO. They're the ones that make these ID cards. Again, they created that whole why we have this name, how it's listed in the phone book, as www. You always look up your, the service or subject name first, and then you should go to the actual organization's name, and then the type of organization is. This is part of the X.500 naming format. This is how we're listed according to the Federation. Your certificate is to certify that that's true. And I trust this one. They said the certificate was valid. Sure. That's what we're looking at here. And again, we have for people, for service. And TLS, I'm going to say a service. So right now, I just sniffed and still not seeing any crystals. If anybody's going to do it, it's probably Google, and I just ruined a previous recording trying to check Google for it. So we're not going to do that. I'll let you try around. But right now, all I'm seeing server support are RSA, and most of that is finally going away, and elliptical curve. And these again are the identity management algorithms. They're not, these asymmetric key pairs don't encrypt data. You know, that's the symmetric algorithm, right? When you do the TLS handshake, you're going to figure out what do you want to do, and I'll bet you're doing one of these two. I don't care how many algorithms your browser supports. So far, I only see these. And same with hashing algorithms. I hope you're doing these, and you're not seeing something like MD5 or even SHA1, but you might see more. But what we care about today are these guys, you know. And again, these are here for, this is to make sure no one can get to the safe. You lock it up with a key. This is to make sure only the proper IDs get the key. Because if you think the attacker is you, then they'll give them the key to the safe. And it's also, let's make sure that the wax seal was actually stamped from, you know, the proper sender. Was it damaged in shipping? So again, refreshing with Wireshark, I was able to see all the algorithms that the client supports. Sure, because my client on my machine, I'm sniffing, it goes out to the server, goes, okay, this is what I can do. And this is a Firefox client, they just want to hear. And it shows me, again, the asymmetric algorithms that we mostly care about are either elliptical curve, it should be green, right? Elliptical curve, actually, it seems like everybody's doing elliptical curve for key agreement. So that would be used to agree on these AES keys, blah, blah, blah. Chacha's at Google. I haven't seen that supported yet. But as far as the signing, we still see a lot of RSA signing keys, right? So again, we have the key exchange, that's the elliptical curve, and the signing keys. These are the asymmetric key pairs. These are the X.509 stuff. The symmetric data algorithm is selected here. As far as the key goes, that depends. You make that up every session. The hashing algorithm is selected here, but it has to be signed by the signing algorithm. So in the server hello, when we sniffed one out, we could see the server say, this is what I'll do. But this is just what it said for this handshake. And so here's Wireshark's limitation versus NMAP. Can you do something else? Right. So that's where the script SSL enum ciphers comes in handy. So let's give that a try. So this is again my Griffix browser, is the latest Mint version. And I just go nmap -- script SSL enum, ciphers space my server. I could put in a port name, but or number 443, but it just seems to find it anyway, and anything that saves me the keystroke. Yeah, for more on this, by the way, I do have here, and I want to show you something. And if I did the more verbose method, I could see 1020 stuff, you know. So if you want to know more on that command, but look at, you know, on mine, this is what it found. And it didn't find any 10 stuff, and that could be because it's not there. It didn't find where's my 13? And I did find some issues where it's not fails to enumerate. That was a couple years ago. I thought I saw it working. I don't want to pick on anybody. I'm not sure. So that's one limit of NMAP. Now again, I've already gotten information I would not have gotten before. When I did with Wireshark, the best I would get is the one it's selected. Oh, okay, if that's the case, let's just do this. And then I'd see that. But I wouldn't see what else it supports. And you might want to scan your server and go, why are we doing MD5? What the hell? We need to fix that or something. So that's cool. Now, the other NMAP script, though, is to check the cert. So NMAP script SSL search. And I get most of the information I care about on a certificate there, let me see your ID card. I get more than I want. I really just want to see who's your DMV. Here's your Department of Motor Vehicle. Where are you? Oh, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania driver, whatever. That's your CA, But you can see the algorithms, and you could you see who it's for. Excuse me. You can see the name. It's for Internet Network Defense. That's my certificate, and then it'll expire. It was issued. It's like your driver's license on these dates. There's more stuff here, though, in a certificate. Now, in Wireshark, I had to drill down. This is kind of much easier to look at for most of the stuff you need. But let's refresh. I've already done this in a previous thing. But when you look at a certificate in Wireshark, you get to see a lot more stuff, particularly the serial number. I mean, this is like the driver's license ID, and another thing we'll talk about, say, certificate revocation and using, you don't want to use CRLs, but that's basically what they do. OCSP would say, is the serial number good or bad? What's the current state of that, So that's pretty cool. That's very cool. So Wireshark does give you a lot more. All right, a couple other things, though. Now, so the SSL cert does give me more stuff, and I encourage you to play with. Those are our two goals for this video. But when Wireshark chose a TLS server hello, in 1.3, it didn't show me the asymmetric ciphers. Man, this is frustrating. So I noticed that, for one thing, there is a key share field. And the key share fields are listing freaking group numbers. If anybody's technically enough to remember Diffie-Hellman group numbers, these you got to look up like at Wikipedia or something, or NIST or something. They're all, this particular one I looked up is actually elliptical curve Diffie-Hellman. And I think at 256 it turned out to be something like, oh no, it's 512. That's exactly why the 5, yeah. So that was fun to find. All right, but that's key agreement. Where the hell's the signature algorithm? Yeah. All right. So again, the key exchange protocol, I found that under key share extension, and a group 25 equals Diffie-Hellman. But the signing algorithm wasn't even in the server hello. I had to go past the certificate and then get the certificate verified. So let's just close this up. I have an entire handshake here, and you can see what a TLS handshake looks like for 1.3. So again, TLS dot handshake, and I filtered this to be just my server. So TLS dot handshake. There we go. So client hello, these are the certs the cipher suites I support. CISSP testers, pay attention. Server hello, where the selection is made, but for some reason they don't want to show you where the key group protocol is down there. The certificate, you actually get that, and then you get your certificate verified, right? So they just assume you're going to want to know CSP response. We're not going to get into that here, but one of the things it does in the verify is that give me the asymmetric algorithms, right? So I'm sorry. Here. So in the signature out, and that's in the certificate verify. Oh, there it is. Certificate verify signature algorithm. Bada bing, bada boom. So in summary, NMAP does some great things. I would never get the other stuff you supported, but nothing's perfect, and that includes me. I hope you found this useful. Take care. Bye-bye now.